Yeah, is it one or body?
Body.
Body or one?
It's
body.
Time. Yeah.
Well, I don't. It's
Ready.
worth.
Hello, everybody. Hope you're all okay. Yes. Well, here we are again.
Here we are again. It's hot.
Oh, it's sweltering.
The heat is not pleasing everyone.
It's not pleasing me. I'm sick of it.
No, but one hears more lamentation about it in general.
How are you feeling about Count Binface? Are you rooting for him?
Well, I'm certainly not rooting for
Farage.
It would not speak well of the people of Clacton, nor of the British electorate generally.
What wouldn't?
Well, were Count Binface.
Well, I think it would. I think that's a good thing. Yeah, I think it's a good thing.
I suppose you could say, I mean, all right, if you don't want Farage to get in, you could either not vote at all or vote for Count Binface.
I just think it's good. We live in a country where you can vote.
Oh, it's good that we live
in
a country where, yes, I mean, it's not the sort of thing you get in, I imagine, it's not the sort of thing
Korea.
You get in, yes, or present-day Russia.
No. Lottie's in South Korea at the minute.
Oh, right. What's she...
She's just having a holiday.
Oh,
she's
right.
going there and then Hong Kong.
Oh, right. What is it for her? She's recently turned 20. Yeah. I was looking for I've got some photos of real old style photos that I got developed. Of
right.
The first time, when she was, I think, about 2 years old.
Oh.
And I came round and there's...
Oh, you should have brought them.
Well, yeah, I can't find them.
Have you got something you wanted to actually talk about?
I am no Luddite.
You are a bit of a Luddite. I am as well.
Not as much for you. You want to reverse the industrial bloody revolution.
Yeah, I'd quite like to, yeah.
Yeah, talk to me about being a Luddite. But, and
I think the Luddites had a point, yeah.
You're at home with all this high-tech digital sharp-edge technology. With all this technology stuff.
Yeah.
And yet you're indifferent to you're unmoved by the wonder of the irrational number.
Well, it's a totally different point.
Well, the area of a square.
Who cares? Unless
I've
got to measure out a square, which I haven't.
I mean the area of a circle, of course.
Well, I ain't got to measure a circle.
Yes, but the fact that we depend on them, that they are such a familiar part of our everyday lives.
Well, they're not part of mine.
Yes, they are.
How?
The wheels of your car.
Go round and round.
What are they? Bloody hexagonal?
Well, yeah, but someone else is dealing with that. I don't need to worry about it.
Yes, but these are fundamental.
Well, I can't fucking know everything.
Well, no. Obviously not.
Or be interested in everything. I'm not interested.
Yes.
Someone else is doing that. I'm recording a podcast with me, mate.
What of intellectual curiosity?
I mean, I've got intellectual curiosity about lots of things.
Yes, but
just not that.
But not about these very basic things, which to me
it's hardly basic, is it?
The area of a circle.
Yeah.
Well, no.
I knew it at school, but I couldn't tell you now.
I mean, pi r squared. But how does one come to know that? What are the basic?
When does this come in handy for you?
Axioms. It in the pure realm of knowledge. It gives me it. Well, like who was that bloke who was
what? He said, "Fucking tell me the area of this circle, or fucking chin you."
Who was that bloke who was? He was quite a good bloke. Only.
What the hell are you talking about? Do we know him, or is this like a famous person?
Darkness at Noon.
What?
That was his... Oh, what's his name? What is
he? Is he a writer? Is he an actor?
Hungarian writer.
How the fuck would I know? A Hungarian writer?
Check.
You don't mean Roman Polanski?
No. He's still alive, isn't he?
You didn't say he was dead.
Well, he is.
Right. Okay. I'm struggling already. I've got to guess a Hungarian writer.
Died 1980.
So I need as many bloody, clues as possible.
You might want to pause this while I find
God's sake. Go.
Arthur Kersler.
Arthur Kersler, never heard of him.
Anyway,
what about him?
No, well, going back to the sustaining powers of
measuring a circle,
what might seem abstract knowledge.
Yeah.
He once, back in the old 30s, I think, or 40s, 30s, he was because I think he was a communist at the time when, and he was held in a cell as a political prisoner.
Right.
And was told he was going to be hanged for treason or something. And to calm himself down in his cell, he went over the proof of the proof of infinite prime numbers, which I'm not sure I've read since that it's. But anyway,
fuck me, Will. Where is this going?
The point is that kept him going.
Well, I could think of other things. I don't need to think of that, do I?
Yeah,
you learn a load of shit at school. You learn a load of stuff, and you narrow down. That's what happens as you get older. You sort of think, well, I'm interested in that. And then I'm interested in that. And then, you've got some curiosity about other things, but then I don't have curiosity about this.
But then you might remember some other thing, having exhausted all the...
You can't have exhausted everything you've ever learned.
Well, so you might pop into, what was that thing about prime numbers? And that
I wouldn't.
And that there must be an infinite number of them.
Who cares about that?
But
to me, this is equivalent to tree falls in a forest stuff.
Well, that surely all comes down to the... Well, yes, that's just because you can argue endlessly.
At some point, you've got to just get on with it, haven't you?
Over what it means.
You're not going to know. You don't know. You're not going to figure it out. You trained as an actor, and we're not going to know. We're not going to figure it out.
Yeah, I'm not sure what point I was trying to make, actually.
Well, that's you and everyone else listening.
Yeah, well, I'm sure I'm sure you're aware of the old Bayeux Tapestry.
Yeah.
Bayeux Tapestry, that it's being sent.
Should we explain to people who maybe don't know what it is?
The Bayeux Tapestry. Well, yes, I suppose we ought, yes. Well, it's a sort of...
it's a tapestry. Actually, it isn't, is it?
It's not, no, I'm never quite sure. It's an embroidery. Why is it not a tapestry? Because it doesn't hang.
Well,
tapestries have to hang.
I think they have to hang, yeah.
Whereas there's a tapestried room has tapestries
on each wall
hanging from...
Other than the fireplace.
I suppose.
Yeah, right. Anyway. It depicts the Norman conquest of 1066.
So these some contemporary documents have recently turned up, which seem to record a dispute between a bloke called Henry, who was a steward of the house of the Earl of Dunning, who was, we know, a big mate of William the Conqueror's. Yes, he'd done well out of the conquest, and someone called Roger of the Weavers' Guild of Canterbury. And there seems to have been a bit of a hoo-ha.
Would Roger have been working on the tapestry?
When he might have been... no, I think he would have been too young.
Right.
So this is probably after the original Earl of Dunning was... after his time, and his son or maybe grandson had decided he wanted to move his stuff all over to Normandy, to Bayeux, which wasn't moving it out of the country.
No,
of course, because it was all
it was all just the same part of the same thing.
Norman Britain.
Yeah.
So rather than just we read these out or in translation, which would be a bit dry and academic, what we've done is fed them into an AI large language model, and asked it to present them as if they'd had radio news broadcasting in the late 12th, late 11th, circa 1090 CE. Okay, so we don't know what it'll sound like, but let us know what you think of it, AI.
Hear ye, this is John ye crier, crying from Canterbury. God be we, hear us all, within earshot, within message range, within range of ye carrier pigeon, or howsoever else ye consume ye news. Here in Canterbury there is only one matter of discourse in all ye crying of ye news. Ye Tapestry. Should it stay, or should it rather depart for strange shores? To speak upon this, here in ye place of news crying have we Henry, ye steward of ye house of Dunning, whose lord and master, ye Earl of Dunning, would take ye Tapestry of ye Norman succession to his castle in Bayeux, and Roger, ye weaver, of ye Weavers' Guild of Canterbury, who would have ye Tapestry tarry hither in Canterbury. Now, Henry, why wouldst thou take this most excellent work from this fair and goodly town, where ye people do look upon it with much admiration, and remove it into a place beyond ye sea?
'Tis ye will of my lord, ye Earl of Dunning, who by lawful right and deed doth own and possess ye Tapestry, therefore let no man offer let or hindrance to its passage unto Bayeux.
Roger, how sayest thou? My Lord Dunning may do as he wills with his own rightful property, i' faith.
Verily, ye good weavers of Canterbury did weave and embroider this great picture story memorial of ye Norman conquest, in love and great gratitude to their new Norman rulers, whom we love and greatly thank. And 'tis meet and right that it should rest here in Canterbury, where we loyal subjects may look upon it in wonder and reverence, and never forget our debt unto King William and his line.
Henry, in sooth thou wouldst not deny ye love and loyalty of ye good folk of Canterbury, and their will to do reverence unto ye conqueror?
Blood, ye Canterburyans, hath had ye Tapestry e'en these many dozens of years. Let them grateful be for ye having so long, and let them question not ye wish of their Lord Dunning, Earl by pleasure and decree of ye King of Normandy, lest they fall into rebellion and treason.
Nay, I prithee speak not so damningly, good Henry. Sure I am that Roger meaneth no treason.
Sfut, what is this but ye arrogance and complacency of ye nobility, which knoweth naught of ye lives of ye real folk?
Snails, see how ye Anglo-Saxon nationalism thrives yet beneath ye fawning smiles and bows of ye skilled craftsmen.
Balls! What speak ye of Anglo-Saxon nationalism? Such talk, yea, and such concepts are but anachronism in ye early 12th century.
Sprist! And speaking of anachronisms, why speak we in this feeble cod Shakespearean commuter style, when we should be Norman French with Church Latin and Anglo-Saxon elements speaking?
Prithee, good sirs, remember ye that we speak according to ye one true man-made understanding, that which was given unto us by Elon, who is Musk and Lord of all.
Elon.
Verily, not such a wicked fellow was Hitler.
Elon. Truly unfairly demonized is ye Ku Klux Klan.
Elon. Surely it is ye black women who ye real establishment are. Elon. 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 Elon.
Well, I think that gives...
I think it's pretty accurate, right?
Yes. I mean, there's bound to be a bit of an anachronism. I mean, it's...
I don't think the AI has interfered at all there.
No. There might have been some anti-woke algorithmic...
You put it through Grok, did you?
Correction. Well, I think it was... is that... Yes. I mean, we can't help what comes out of the...
No.
I mean, he's not an enemy to make lightly.
Sure.
He could probably have one... He wouldn't actually have people murdered, would he?
I don't know. Don't know the guy.
Well, richest man in the world, richest person
Wouldn't
in the
put
world.
it past him. He's got trillions.
Not that we mean to libel him.
But isn't seemingly doing anything to help anyone with it.
Well,
he could stop poverty with that money.
Well, if he invested it...
He won't. He'll invest it in his own little narcissistic projects.
Well, I mean, he might. He's not here to
Sure.
speak for himself.
No,
but
no.
I'm sure he might say, "Well, I'm trying to establish a possible future life for humankind on Mars."
There's no point of that if we're all going to be bloody poor and miserable.
Well, but then we might have a chance to make Martian society a sort of liberal socialist paradise.
Sure.
If that's what Elon wants.
Yeah. Right. Well, there you go, folks.
Well, there you go.
Well, speaking of oldie times,
Yes.
I've got quite interested in Old English.
Are you deliberately doing a bit of a Norfolk accent?
No, I think since my dad has moved up here,
Oh,
I've
been.
acquired slightly more of. I must have used to have had
I've never
slight one maybe at some
never
point.
noticed it really.
No.
But it's just when you say that I was just lately. I've got quite interesting Old English, my dear.
Yeah, I've become quite interested in how far back you can go in history before you have no clue what anyone else is saying.
Oh well, I've got a.
Which is about 1500 or thereabouts, I think.
No, I would say a bit further. I'd say 1300s.
Yeah, you
If
can sort of
you-
figure out what Chaucer's saying, I suppose.
Yeah.
But you can't always.
But if you, I mean, I've got. I wish you'd mentioned this before. I've got this marvellous book.
Have you?
Called The Story of English.
Right.
Anyway, it illustrates this with a passage from it's the end of the Prodigal Son story.
Right.
So we have the 1961 New English
Yeah.
Bible version. Then we have the 1611 King James version, fairly easily
But a few ye's and
understood.
thous and all
These
that.
and thous, word order's a bit different.
Yeah.
Then we have a 14th century one, so about Chaucer's time.
Yeah.
Now, it's a bit... Now, I mean, if you came to that fresh, you have a lot more trouble with
You'd
it.
struggle with it. Yeah.
But after the first two, it's
Yeah.
fairly understandable.
Okay.
Then
Yeah.
we have a 10th century
Right. Pre the Great Vowel Shift.
pre-Norman conquest.
all that.
Now, wasn't the Great Vowel Shift between Middle and Modern English? So between Chaucer and Shakespeare,
Yeah, it might have been actually.
and it's quite a long.
Yeah, 200 years or so, yeah.
It went over a lot, and it happened.
Do we need to explain what that is, Will?
It happened. The Great Vowel Shift.
Yeah.
I think we should. I think there's comedy gold to be mined there. By Jiminy. Well, no. Let us not
All right.
digress.
Okay, fine.
Let us not digress too freely, like young lambs frisking in the fields that know not paths nor destination.
Yeah, fine. Because they still have... the reason I got interested in
Yeah.
this, well, because I'm reading a book to child. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm reading The Dark is Rising sequence by Susan Cooper, which is like these kids' books, but
Oh yeah.
quite sort of set in Celtic mythology and stuff like that, and King Arthur and all that jazz.
Right.
But one of them is set in Wales.
Right.
So I've had to sort of work on a Welsh accent to make it work, which I'd never done before, a Welsh accent in
Welsh
anything.
accent, yes.
Yes.
You've got to be careful it doesn't slip into
Right,
racist Pakistani or Indian, haven't you?
You have.
Yes, you have.
Boy,
boy,
oh.
you.
So yeah.
So what
But
accent-
what made me what it made me
Yeah.
think of was this sounds like Old English or Middle English or whatever.
What the style?
Which
in
I think
it's
it
written.
is, because when the Normans came, all the people that were talking Old English were pushed west into Wales, Cornwall, and so on.
A lot
So
of
they
them
still
were.
have that. When you listen to Old English, it sounds quite Welsh, I think.
But surely they're
Irish, whatever. Yeah.
But surely they're not all that closely related. The Celtic group and the Germanic group, which is what English came from. I mean, they are related.
Well, whatever.
But a long way back.
Whoever was in the middle of the country when William the Conqueror arrived got pushed west.
Well, I mean, I mean, they were the Anglo-Saxons, but there'd also
Danelaw
been, there'd also been the Nordic, the Danish and Norwegian infusion, especially in the northwest,
northeast, I think. Danelaw,
northeast,
because East Anglia was in
absolutely northeast. Yeah. But I mean, so the Scandinavian languages and the Germanic languages,
but they'd sort of blended a bit, surely.
I think they had. I mean, I think they were fairly well.
And we ended up with sort of some sort of version of Old English. But my point being, anyway, my feeling bit is that when I do Welsh, I feel like it's very similar to Old English.
But in what? I mean, you're reading modern. Yeah, I'm
reading modern English. There's something about it that feels ancient. Welsh.
So it's you talking in a Welsh accent.
Yes, has triggered this kind of idea that it feels. This is going to sound silly.
I'm braced.
It feels a bit like that's how we should be talking.
Should?
Not should. It feels like home, I suppose. It feels quite homey to me.
This is curious.
I mean, and this is also tied in. It's not tied into my hatred of the Industrial Revolution. I'm not.
It's your hatred of agriculture.
Yeah,
we should be fucking hunting and gathering. It's in like the good old days, and speaking Proto-Indo-European.
Yeah, but I think in my head, and this is going to sound more bloody mental than the other thing I said.
I'm sure not.
It's tied into the modes in music.
Well, yeah.
Again, it feels something ancient that would be quite nice to recapture in some way. I can see why people get into sort of paganism and folk music a bit more than I used to.
Yeah. I mean, because I suppose
it feels quite homely. And I think when I hear something that's modal, especially Dorian or similar, I feel quite at home with it.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is, it all went downhill from 1066 onwards.
Fucking Normans.
And the Industrial Revolution was just the natural consequence of all that shit. Well, it would have been anyway.
So these Susan Cooper books, I mean, they're quite recent. I mean,
the 70s, yeah.
Yeah.
It's late 60s, early 70s.
1970s.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
they're good, by the way. But, I mean, really good. I recommend.
Does she try to obviously, I suppose she tries to avoid anachronisms or modern slang, but does she would you say she affects an old-fashioned style? Does she use these and thous?
No. It's
how does she have people talking?
Well, there's 5 books in total.
Yeah.
This is the 4th that we've got through. We're halfway through. Well, I mean, in this one, it is set in Wales. The other ones sort of they're in Cornwall for a couple of them.
And it's a sort of, is it sort of Arthurian, semi-legendary?
Semi-legendary. They're searching for like the Grail. And
could be historical.
Yeah, that kind of thing. Yeah. So in the first book, they're trying to find a Grail that's been left. Then there's The Dark is Rising, where he has to find sort of 6 ancient signs that he puts on a belt kind of round him. Objects of power kind of thing.
What about runes? Do they make you feel warm and comfortable? And
yeah, maybe.
Because I think that...
What is that about, Will? Am I having a breakdown? That's my worry.
I don't know, it sounds as if you're... I mean, if I was a fucking nutter, I'd probably... I might suggest that, you know, you'd awakened some previous existence, you know, that once...
I don't think it's that.
No.
But I've watched a few videos with people speaking in Old English now.
Yeah.
And I find it quite hypnotic to listen to. Quite mesmerising.
Because, I mean, what...
This is how I spend my leisure hours, folks.
Why not? Sounds quite normal to me.
Yeah.
I have actually got a book about, you know, learn Old English.
Oh, have you? Oh, great. Can I borrow it?
Yeah. I mean, I bought it about 15 years ago.
Right, yeah.
And I have looked at it. It is because Yeah, the bits I've heard of it spoken, because it can be quite difficult to read, because, I mean, it's used as some of the older thorn, is it?
Yeah, older
Which is
letters that no longer exist and things,
But yeah, having one for the th and the sounds, but you can have a different one for that.
Yeah.
I think that was thorn, and then there are various others.
Well, in the book we're reading, it explains how to do the thing.
Now, which one's that?
Like Llandudno.
Llandudno. Yes, because you know what happened with there. So say the name when that, because there is no letter for that
sound
or the sound. Llandudno in the Greek or Latin alphabet.
Yeah.
And so that's how Lloyd got changed in English into either Lloyd or Floyd.
Right, yeah.
That was an
okay.
English sort of, rather than it being...
I can't be asked to do that, make that noise,
Floyd. Well, we don't have, if you're writing it down.
Lloyd,
Floyd.
Sure, yeah, okay.
Llandaff.
Yeah.
Because, that ch.
Yeah.
That, because you get that a bit in... Obviously in
Welsh.
In Welsh, but also in some... For example, Liverpudlian, you're right, wach. When are you coming back?
All right, yeah.
Sure, you must have heard that.
Yeah.
So, back.
Now, maybe this is because obviously my family way back are Irish. Culling's an Irish name.
Is it?
But I've also got some Scottish in me, so maybe it's that.
What?
My yen to be suddenly engage with Celtic mysticism and language.
I don't think it's a dim racial remembrance.
No? Okay.
I mean, there we're getting a bit into the collective unconscious, and although...
Well, I don't know.
I am reading...
It's waving a book about Carl Jung in front of me.
Well, it's a Pelican introduction to Jung's psychology.
Yeah, interesting guy.
From the early 1950s. Yes, but there's some...
But do you not think there is a collective consciousness of some kind?
Collective unconscious.
Right, whatever.
Well, it's quite a big... Conscious, unconscious.
I said collective consciousness.
Well, that would be just the general climate, the dominant forms or modes of thinking and opinion, surely. Whereas the collective unconscious is all... I mean, like the notion of a racial memory. I don't know.
No, not a fan.
Well, it used to be...
I do wonder... Sorry to be a pain again about this topic.
Not at all.
But I do wonder if...
I haven't enjoyed myself so much in a recording in years.
I do wonder if, and I know I'm always wanging on about it, but if, capitalism and industry and all the technology and all those things have kind of placed a barrier in the way of... Do I sound mental? You're looking at me like I'm mad.
No, I'm
We've
not.
lost something, is what I'm saying. I feel like we've lost something, but I don't know what it is. Simplicity, I suppose, is what it is.
Yes, I mean, I'm sure we all...
My ancestors were all sort of yeomen, they were tilling the land and whatever.
Well, surely most people's...
Yeah.
I mean, the overweight, 90-something% of people's ancestors...
Not that I want to be tilling the land. I'd probably complain within about 5 seconds, but...
Well, yeah.
I don't know. I just feel like it's gone wrong.
Yes, but surely that has been a...
Oh, it's a very slow process, yeah.
Well, no, I was going to say, surely that has been a strong conviction of, especially of thoughtful, sensitive people for a long time.
Well, I suppose Wat Tyler had the same thoughts, yeah.
Well, now there's an interesting case. Wat Tyler, Walter the Tyler.
So this was the leader of the Peasants' Revolt in 1381?
I think, yes. Interesting time, been the whole upheaval of the Black Death.
Yeah.
Obviously.
It's turning into the rest is history, isn't it, this podcast?
Oh, you're not allowed to use that. The rest is. That's bloody copyright.
Is
apparently.
It really? Okay.
Yes, it put me off the rest is science.
The rest is bollocks. That's what we'd be.
And I don't care.
Right, should we move on to... Have you got anything more amusing than this?
I was just...
I mean, it's interesting to us, but is it interesting to anyone else?
I don't think...
You made that noise.
I don't think we should make I don't think we should make a fetish of popularity.
All right, fine.
Anyway, yes. Well, maybe we'll come back to that next time. Yes, because the double issue for the Christmas New Year period. What I did, this is where TV Times had it, was because they'd have, inside before the second week's listings, there'd be another
little brochure from it.
Well, no, there'd be another front cover.
Oh,
it would say, TV Time, have all that was on the front. So you'd walk. So it was like two joined together.
Right. Wow.
Whereas the Radio Times one just went from one, to the other. So you didn't have that slight novelty of a front page in the middle.
I think this is our most autistic podcast yet.
Now, that's something I did want to talk about, but I haven't done quite enough research on it. No, but I do remember one. Gosh, and it's a strange thing. I think it must have been Christmas 1978.
Is this going to be amusing, Will?
Or 1979, in an odd way.
Okay, fine.
There was a TV film adaptation of... Now, I think it's a Dashiell Hammett novel.
Right.
The Dane Curse.
Okay. Sam Spade?
No, I think he only... Maltese Falcon was the only one he had him as a character in.
Right, okay.
But yeah, Dain, the Dane Curse. And I think it was that American actor. He was in the film Charade.
Cary Grant.
No. My dad always used... Well, my dad once said he got him a bit mixed up with Lee Marvin. James... Oh, what's his name? He was in Charade.
What else has he been in?
He was the one... in The Wild One, he's the leader of the other gang.
No.
To Marlon Brando.
Does he look like Lee Marvin?
A bit. In fact, I think that was Lee Marvin.
Fucking hell. You're listening to Dementia, the podcast.
Corbyn. No, James... Corbyn... No, I'm thinking of Jeremy Corbyn.
Was he definitely James something? Do you want me to look up the cast of The Wild One so you can carry on this story?
No, look up Charade.
Right. Yep.
And I think it was a drawing, because they...
James Coburn, we figured it out.
James Coburn. They used to have drawings, sort of illustrations, instead of photographs, on the covers of magazines, of TV Town.
Yeah.
And I think James Coburn was playing the lead, whoever the detective was, in this adaptation of The Dane Curse.
Right, okay.
And those his big sort of face.
Yeah.
Looking sinister with a trilby hat. I think he had a moustache.
Right,
James Coburn in The Dane Curse. And it's an odd thing. But even all these years later, when I'm reading about or chance upon a reference to the Dane law that we mentioned earlier, or the Dane Geld,
Britain,
that's the image that first comes into my head.
Right.
Even though it's different spelling, nothing to do with it,
well,
the merest sonic coincidence.
Yeah.
I think we can learn a lot from that.
Yeah, certainly taught me a lesson. Now, on the understanding that you go 600 years back, you can't understand what people are saying so well. Or more, 800, let's say 800.
Well, what would that be?
1200.
You'd
struggle.
I mean, reading text would be hard enough. When you add in all the vagaries of pronunciation and accent and
dialect. We never came back to the Great Vowel Shift. Did you want to do that, or do you want to save it?
I think we should save that.
All right. You're on tenterhooks, we know.
Shift.
Great. So, in 800 years from now, how are people going to be talking? Well, because they're not going to be talking like this.
They might be talking... We might not be incomprehensible to them if they...
Yeah, you think?
I mean...
Well, obviously we don't know what's going to happen.
It depends how big a disaster or breach or a break in history and technology there might be.
Interesting. Will English become more even more American than it already is.
Well,
Having said that, a lot of American stuff does come from Middle English or whatever, like
yes, because
grass, path, all that.
Gotten,
Gotten,
and it comes and
anyway. Let's not go down that road. So will we become more American?
This.
Consider the lilies. Yeah, go.
Consider this. That's me in the corner. No. Consider this. If you consider post-Roman breakup of Western Roman Empire, and then you get the barbarian invasions, the lot of Germanics, a bit from the east, and then you by about 1000, certainly by 1500. You've got these languages like English, Italian, Spanish, French, German. Yeah. Especially a lot of these in the southern areas. All sort of recognisably descended from Latin in part. But they've developed into these quite distinctive and usually not mutually understandable languages, say, French and English, or German and English.
Yeah. So where are we headed? Well, that's what I'm trying to find out.
And yet, then consider from 1500 to now, just the United States of America. And why hasn't there been a similar...
Because they haven't been invaded, right?
Breakup of languages. Well, it's been spreading out there.
But are there different dialects? There's obviously different accents based on where you are in America,
Yeah, but I think
it's pretty uniform.
I think you can drive, in Britain, just to go from say Derby to Birmingham. And
that changes.
Derby people find come from Birmingham. They find it hilarious. Whereas to get a similar sort of change in America, I think you'd have to
go
travel
quite a way.
Thousands of miles.
Well, that's because they've not been invaded, though, isn't it?
It's because it's been more constant, yes.
Yeah,
it's more
if
recent.
Russia suddenly invaded them,
more stable,
and successfully, they'd end up sort of having a mid-American Russian accent, perhaps.
Quite possibly. But
I just think it's interesting. That's all.
But apparently, the process is there's pidgins and creoles.
Right.
A modern Italian is a creolized Latin pidgin.
As in pidgin English, that kind of thing.
According to I'm going on what old Kingsley Amis.
Right.
Old Kingsley Amis. Old King is my mate.
Was a merry old soul, wasn't
in
he?
his excellent book, The King's English, where he sets out what very entertainingly how the philological view that he's stating is that...
And then we're going to move on.
Modern European languages mostly developed from a form of... a simplified and corrupt form of Latin. That's the...
Combined with whatever was there before.
That's the pidgin stage. And then the creolization stage is when it... when it combines and remains sort of stable.
Right, okay.
As with... in Italy, there would have been lots of different dialects. Latin became the dominant one. It became the language of all. But yes, it's fascinating.
Right. Absolutely. Go on. You wanted to talk about something else. And this is our final thing, folks.
Well, and let it not be said that this podcast ignores the matters of the day, the issues which are in the media of the day, because we know there are people out there who would like to portray us as a pair of self-obsessed, waffling, middle-aged blokes who think they're... I just...
Not an unfair description.
No, indeed not. Nigel Farage. Now, I don't know how much political history, even English political history, he knows. I'm sure he knows some. But I suspect with his latest move, resigning his seat so as to...
Throwing his toys out of the pram,
that's a judgmental way of putting it. But and his repeated assertions that it's up to the people of Clacton to decide. Why should I be judged by Sky News? Why should I be judged by the elite, the Westminster establishment? No. These people should have no say at all over what happens to me. And you know what? They're not going to. It's the people of Clacton.
I love that he's saying like he's against the establishment. This multi-millionaire banker.
Well, of course, it does raise the question of what we mean by the establishment.
Well, he's part of it, whatever it is.
Does just being rich make you part of the establishment?
Partly. It certainly makes you surely less connected to a working class person.
True, yes. He's working... he quite often drops the class bit off that. It's ordinary working people.
Yeah, well, that's his shtick, isn't
the
it?
white working class.
Yeah, exactly. The white working class, yeah. Prick.
Not that there's anything wrong with... Well, they're not all... Anyway, I suspect, to stick to the point...
He's just diverting from himself.
But this whole...
Basically, he's the problem. People like him, who are hoarding wealth, are the problem.
It's the people of Clacton who are going to judge me.
Yeah.
They're the only one. I wonder... Now, does the name John Wilkes mean anything to you?
As in John Wilkes Booth?
There is a connection. There is a connection.
That was the person who assassinated Abraham Lincoln.
Abraham Lincoln, there was, yes. Also, have you seen recently, or have you ever seen, and if so, do you well remember, the film Gone with the Wind?
I've seen it once. I absolutely hated it.
Well, yeah, it is all kind of pro-slavery, pro-South, and
I just hated her.
I
thought she's a spoiled little brat.
Yeah, and but if you remember it's Leslie Howard's character is what's his name? His name's young Mr. Wilkes.
Right.
His father is John Wilkes. There's the Wilkeses and the O'Haras, the two big families, and
yes, competing for the best plantation. Prize.
You see John, and there's his name, John Wilkes. And I remember watching it a few years ago, and for the first time it struck me, oh God, yes, John Wilkes, and just add Booth, and you've got the assassin, and here he is as. So I'm sure that wasn't an accidental choice by Margaret Mitchell.
No,
but the John Wilkes who John Wilkes Booth was named after. Was an 18th century English politician who, a very interesting person.
Okay, we've had way too much history in this. Go on.
You could do, it can be the history episode.
Yeah, okay.
The history...
I'll call it The Rest Is Something,
or just the history is at rest.
Yeah,
or something like that.
Yeah.
Yes, and he was a cad. He was a rogue. He was a member of a group called the Mad Monks of Medmenham because there were a bunch of other fairly wealthy men who used to dress up as monks in the ruins of an abbey,
clan-esque,
hire loads of prostitutes and have orgies.
Right.
But he managed to get elected to Parliament.
Of course, yeah.
This is the pre-reform Parliament. This is late 18th century.
Right.
But he did achieve some, what still seemed like good liberal modern reforms. He was one of the first people to put forward motions for extending the franchise to make it more logical. It was the freedom of the press that he particularly advanced.
Right. Not the freedom of prostitutes, though.
I don't think he wanted them criminalised.
They carry on.
But he also... yes, it was largely through his efforts that the right of newspapers to print verbatim the proceedings of the House of Commons and Lords.
Where are you going with this?
Remember Nigel Farage?
Yeah, I can't forget him.
And he was supposedly a great wit, this John Wilkes. I don't know if he said this in Parliament, but there's some exchange. Lord Sandwich supposedly said to him, I believe you will die.
He was very well bred, wasn't he?
Yes. Sorry. I believe you will... yes. Lord Sandwich supposedly said to him one time, I think you will... Wilkes, you will die either on the gallows or of the pox. And Wilkes supposedly replied, that depends whether I first embrace your lordship's principles or your lordship's mistresses. Now, I mean, maybe it wasn't as pitching. And when he was electioneering and somebody said, I'd rather vote for the devil, he supposedly said, well, naturally, but as your friend is not standing, can you give me your support? Anyway, but yes, he did some good thing. But the point is, and he established the illegality.
Sorry, I've switched off. What are you talking about?
I think you should give up your phone. You've obviously lost the ability to listen to my
nonsense.
Wide-ranging. He established the illegality of general warrants. That is, what warrants which don't name a particular person. That just says arrest anyone
who does this,
who has something to do with that. I mean, obviously, you still can be arrested on suspicion of something, but in terms of warrants,
where are we going with this?
But the thing. Well, and he also published a newspaper called the North Briton, which had some obscene poems in it.
Great.
And also,
he
was a great attacker of the royal family, especially of the future George III. And so, yes, the cry of Wilkes and liberty. He kept... The thing was, Parliament, the House of Commons refused to let him take his seat. But it was a Middlesex constituency, kept re-electing him. I think it happened about 4 or 5 times. He was re-elected, and they said, no, you're too much of a wrong. But right. It was a sort of bit of a catch-22. I think they couldn't... Anyway, about 4 times this happened, but the electors of Middlesex kept, and eventually he won the argument. He was allowed to take his seat in Parliament, and he became quite respectable in old age and, a bit less liberal. But I think possibly if Farage has heard of him, he might think, oh yes, one day they will say Farage and liberty. It's just the thing about, he keeps getting elected, and I think Farage might be hoping, if he knows of the history of John Wilkes, he might be thinking, yes, the people will keep electing me, and...
He's just playing the Trump card.
He is. Quite a bit. But the thing about John Wilkes...
yeah.
I mean, get freedom of the press, for reform, extension of the franchise, these are all good things.
Yeah.
And he also supported, as... quite a few other English politicians did. He supported the American revolutionists in 1776. But then again...
If you're still awake at home,
the Declaration of Independence.
What's your point?
Oh, just that I think Farage... I just wonder if Farage is aware of the story of John Wilkes.
But he
probably wouldn't mention it.
He still won't be.
He probably wouldn't mention it in his speeches because he'd have to explain who John Wilkes was.
Yeah. Well, also he'd sound like a massive racist, right?
Well, no, he wouldn't. He'd emphasise the fact that, do you know what?
It's a good Farage impression.
Do not judge him just because he shares the first 2 names with John Wilkes Booth.
It's that thing of saying the last three.
And do you know what? That's his other one.
Do you know what?
And you know what?
So, I think we should finish with this, if you're up for it.
Yeah. Well, I don't know yet. I'm agreeing to something which I don't know. So that's a qualified
yes, I would like you to... No. Right. So I wonder whether... Let's imagine... I'm slightly concerned about my affinity for Middle and Old English. I'm slightly worried that it might make me sound like a racist or something, or a bit of a reform person, and I'm not, obviously. There was something about it that touched my soul. Because obviously I don't want to bring fucking Middle and Old English back. It's fine. But that is just a nice thing to listen to.
Yes, I agree. I mean, I've always liked a bit of, a bit of Scarborough Fair.
But, modal again.
I know, yes. Yeah, that one is,
Yeah.
I know that.
The others were as well.
I'm sure they will.
Yeah. So I wonder whether, Will, you could do a little party political broadcast from Farage, the key tenet of which is bring back ye olde English or similar. What do you think? Is that doable?
What, now?
Yeah, now.
No.
What?
I'll have to go away and write it.
No, you wouldn't.
No, I wouldn't. I don't think it'd be usable.
Let's try.
Do you know what?
He's off.
One thing that I've always stood for has been plain speaking. Most people didn't do Latin at school. I did. I had no choice, because I was at a fee-paying grammar school. And after that, I became a city commodities broker. But I always knew that, in a way, I was being false to myself. I've never been happy talking about the people, when what I really mean, in my heart of hearts, is the folk. Yes. You may not know that people is actually a French word. Why do we need that? The people of England. I have in my hand a copy of the works of Geoffrey Chaucer. The first thing that I will do when I take my rightful place as Prime Minister of this country is put the Canterbury Tales straight onto the curriculum of every school in the country. But you know what? Even Chaucer used quite a lot of French and Latin terms. It came in like a flood, a bit like the flood of migrants that we've been putting up with for the past few decades. If you go back before 1066, or as I like to call it, the year it all went wrong, you'll find that all these French and Latin and Greek-derived terms are simply not there. So, from now on, as soon as we're in, we will embark on an Englishification of the language. We won't talk about electricity. We'll call it fire ghost. We won't talk about logic. We'll talk about think through. We won't talk about the horizon. No, it'll be the sky sill. Why do we need to talk about permeability when we can simply say get throughableness? You might like to try some of these at home.
Yeah.
Because, believe you me, you're going to need them. Now, goodbye. Is that English?
Yeah, I think so.
So we'll have none of this farewell or au revoir. No, it's God be with ye.
Very good. You couldn't have written that better, Will, I think. The ice cream man's arrived. Right, come on, Will. That's us, isn't it?
I think there's...
Hey, up. Shall we go and get a 99 each?
Why not?
Count Binface is going to make him 99p.
We must say...
Goodbye,
everybody!